the questions are what connects people. Number one is everybody who lives has to eat. All creatures, human and subhuman alike, must eat to live. And that is true whether they're in the developed world or the developing world, of course. Now, in the developed world, you know you're going to eat if you've got the money. And you can get the money, you can work for it, you can steal it, you can beg for it, you get it somehow, and you get something to eat on a more or less daily basis. There can be few who don't eat, relatively few, in a country the size of America. Although a country the size of America with, what is it, 270 million people, has about 30 million people, 30 millions, who live under the poverty line. That's the official admission. 30 million who live under the poverty line. Even if the poverty line in America is rather higher than it is in Europe or elsewhere. But that's the third world, the developing world. What happens to them? They have millions of people, millions, who don't know when they're going to eat. 12 or 1,300 million people, a fifth of the world's population, live on about $1 a day, little more than $1 a day. How could you live on $1 a day? You know it's not possible to live how you live on $1 a day. And I'm sure many people in this room think that they don't live ostentatiously, they live simply. But even that simplicity is beyond the dreams of the 1,200 millions who live on $1 a day. And certainly of the thousands who die every year, the thousands who die of starvation in the midst of plenty. You just have to walk through in Lexington, through the railway subway station, is it? I don't know, the railway station in Lexington, and all the food stalls which preceded. There is enough food there to feed half the world, it would seem. Multiply that by all the cities in the developed world. And by the developed world, I mean this country and Europe and Japan and a few other countries, Australia, Canada, and so on. But in the developing 2/3 of the world, there are people who know for certain that they cannot do anything for their old age. So they have a lot of children to look after them in their old age. And they have to have a lot because they know that most of them will die before they reach the age of 5, perhaps. Only maybe 2 or 3 will reach full age, an age where they can look after their old parents. And that is the tragedy of this time in which the earth has never seen so much wealth. Never in the whole history of the earth has there been so many things, in so many buildings, in so many cities of the world. Walk anywhere in any developed nation. Walk through the towns and look at all the radionic gadgets, look at the computers, look at all the paraphernalia of a over-endowed modern world, the wastage that we go in for, the utter wastage of most of the produce of the world, while the food is rotting away in the granaries and storehouses of the developed world. People are starving to death. That's the facts. The masters watch this and shake their heads and say, how can they do it? How can you watch these people die before your eyes and call yourself men, says Maitreya.